Okay, so, what you're looking at here looks a lot like what a standard installation would look like, the way I was trained to do it growing up, or the way any other roofing company is gonna approach this. You got your ice and water shield, you got your drip edge. A couple things you wanna make sure of though. Number one, you wanna make sure that the drip edge is actually gonna be dripping into the gutter. Gutters are nice and tight. And you want to use a good solid heavy gauge drip edge instead of the real thin stuff you can get like a Home Depot or Lowe's. But one of the Spartan extras that goes beyond what would be typical is going to be our butyl flashing that we're going to install. Actually, the reason this is sticking out, I peeled it back a little bit so you can see, but actually this butyl flashing here is underneath here, going up underneath the drip edge, and then is stuck, it's super sticky, stuck to the actual sheeting underneath. And what that does is, when you get ice dams that are gonna build up, the ambient temperature might be 20 degrees outside, but your roof's gonna be quite a bit warmer, right? In a winter day, that snow melts, comes down, hits the gutter, ambient temperature there is gonna be closer to daytime that day. Again, we're talking about a 20-degree day. It freezes here. That's where you get those big icicles and ice dams on your gutter. And then what happens is you have all this water melting up here, hitting this big chunk of ice and snow here at the gutter. That gutter fills up with water, and oftentimes what happens is we find that it is feeding underneath this drip edge and actually interfacing then with the decking, with the wood below, rotting out fascia boards, rotting out the decking, even the rafter tails, things like that. So what Spartan does, what we developed, is utilizing this butyl tape underneath all of this so that you've got a good solid rubber interface or butyl rubber interface with that ice, and the wood never actually touches the water, never touches ice. After that, the choice in ice and water shield makes a huge difference. This is a standard grade ice and water shield, like what you could buy at Home Depot or standard builder grade. And there's really not much to it. If you do a close-up on it, you can see it's really mostly little fiberglass fibers. There's not a lot of an actual adhesive in there to make it seal around the nails, because if you're able to tear it like a felt paper real easy, when those nails shoot through, when I'm installing shingles on this, your starter shingle and then your shingles, those nails, if they can't seal to this ice and water membrane, then really it's superfluous. You might as well not use anything, just use felt. The problem is this stuff's really cost effective. So, a standard roofing company, they're just looking to meet code. Code says you got to put one roll of this on the roof, even though this isn't really going to do a whole lot for you. Your standard felt will probably do just as well as this. Hey, they checked a box and said it meets code. What we're gonna do is something a little bit different. We're utilizing a product here called Grace Ice and Water Shield. It is extremely, extremely tough. Now, we tested over a dozen manufacturers of ice and water shield. Now, there's a 500% cost difference between this product, this Grace product, and the builder grade stuff that we can buy in bulk for significantly less money. But the difference is we're not looking to just check a box to meet a code. Our goal is actually to be able to ensure that those ice dams that build up on that roof aren't able to leak into your home. And on a lower pitch like this, it's of utmost importance, because our lifetime warranty is going to cover water getting into that roofing system for any reason, be it from an ice dam or anything else.